Let's make some advanced Dutch tours using the upcoming release items from Live Love Posh. And if that's something that interests you, keep it right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. So we have an upcoming release from Live Love Posh, and here's everything that's coming out and all the details regarding the release and what's coming and the pricing. All of that information can be found in the description. And there are 4 new sticker packs. And don't forget to use my code PRIYA10 for 10% off. And it's valid on everything except Posh boxes, Posh bundles, and box sets. So now let's get to our spread. I have a separate flip through along with another video with very simple spreads for your bullet journal. Those 2 videos are already up. And if you like to try such fun ideas to try in your planners or journals, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you can be sure you would not miss out on any of those. So I have all the 4 sticker packs out along with my navy bullet journal. And this is the first time the Live Love Posh has brought out bullet journals, and I love how luxurious it feels. And I have one of my stencils out because I want to bring in some distress oxides. And if you know me, I love how the distress inks and oxides bring in that fun touch. So here is what we have so far in this journal: my name page and a few of the very simple Dutch doors that we have, and very basic, very simple, just some lines, just some florals, and I think it came out very pretty. And if you are somebody who do not like to make Dutch doors, those were the ones for you. And if you are somebody like me who likes to have fun Dutch doors, I think this is the video for you. So I have a couple of sticker books from Live Love Posh again. They are all still available to pick up. And let's just move that satin bookmarks. And I'm using my paper clip from Journal Say. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off a Journal Say. So this time I'm going to start with a 4 Dutch door. So trying to line it up properly, and those dotted lines definitely come in handy, and it helps keep that crease straight and also have some symmetry going on. That's the right side pretty much done. And the left side, I'm counting the number of dots to make sure I have the symmetrical element going on without too much of a fuss. I think we have 2 4 Dutch doors, just perfect. And I'm just counting the number of pages to see how many I need, because I like to keep that symmetry going there also. And let us get the stencil now. This came in a pack of 10 or 15 stencils. And if I'm not mistaken, that was from Amazon. I will try and link it, if not something similar. And let me just take out the brushes for the distress inks. And these are the mini ones. These are the 2 stains of brown I have. And I will be getting my scrap piece of paper, just in case, you know. And I'm starting with the lighter shade of brown. I will have all the names of the colors and everything in the description. So I'm going to have that outline of the trunk is what I need. I'm not going for anything too crazy, but just I wanted to have like that faint foresty kind of look. And going back for more ink. And let me know if you have tried inking your journals or planners. I like to bring them in whenever I can, but I think it does hold up strong, even more so in the journals, because sometimes I'm not sure if there is any water content. The distress inks or oxides are just fine, but if there is any water involved, I don't think the Happy Planner pages, which, oopsie, the ink just jumped onto the page. Don't worry, we'll cover it up. Let me just grab a tissue so that's something I usually have handy, but this time I was like, nah, accidents are not going to happen. Why should I have that tissue? And if you're ever curious as to how you can get started with these inks, I do have a full playlist of tutorials where you can go through and check the do's and the don'ts. I walk you through everything. And because I get asked that question a lot, how do I make sure I don't get these inks all over my hands and all over my working surface? So I have all of that covered in my tutorials. And I think those two shades of brown does give it a good starting place. So now let's get to the journaling packs. And these are very different, very fun sticker packs, and just 10 sheets of each, including functional deco and even the decorated boxes. So let's pretend as if there is a tree and all these florals are right there on the tree. So we will go and use all these small clusters and individual flowers also. And I think it does help when you can combine such individual elements also. So let me know how you like this new release. It has been an amazing release, and Live Laugh Posh did send me their products ahead of time, so I had something to play around with and share ideas with all of you. So let me know if you have watched all the other videos from me. I have 2 uploaded already, and I will link both of those, including the detailed flip through, and I did the name page in one, and then I did simple set of bullet journal spreads just to get you started with one very basic Dutch door, because I like to, especially since these pages are gilded, and the details on these journals are just amazing. And I have ordered the other products because as an affiliate I do get to shop early, I get to pre-order stuff so that things can try to get to me earlier than the public release. But as an international girly, that quite does not happen most of the time. But I'm glad they do ship international to me. They go above and beyond to make sure that things can be sent directly to me, because otherwise it's not something that Live Love Posh normally offers. So I'm using the Seasonal Love sticker book, which are also still in stock. And that was a really fun concept as well. You have 10 sheets for each month of the year. And let's now get to our gyro cut and use the gyro cut to make that fun edge. How fun is that? And if you are wondering what the tool is, I get lots and lots of questions even now. So that tool is called a gyro cut, and the reason I have trouble a bit with some stickers is because it just slides onto the sticker as such, and so it just refuses to make that crisp cut. That's all. It is a very, very useful tool, and I love how I can bring in such fun, intricate patterns using that gyro cut. So let us see. We have pretty much that border done. And next up, I would like to have something in the background for the florals because I do not want it to be just on the white background. So let's create some scene, the rest of the scene. In fact, let's bring in some sky, the blue, the sky. Let's just ink it in and blending it in. Not too much, just a small pop of color, at least in the middle, so that we will have something to look at. You see that? I love how I'm able to bring in that fun touch for the spreads I think need. And as you can see, I'm really taking my time to go through the sticker book also. And this is the collection for August. And I'm also bringing some butterflies here. Yeah, let's just switch them. It can sit right there in that gap. And yeah, I think that's good. I love how that turned out. And there is also a sticker binder. I did a separate reel on Instagram, and by the time you see this, you should also be able to see it on YouTube. So I'll share that as well. So that will really help you get a sense of how you could organize it. And you have lots of sheets, 50 sheets of storage options, and you have labels and dividers and everything you need to get that sticker binder situation rolling. And I'm using a couple of the florals, not too much, because even without the back pages being decorated, I think we are good. So let's just complete a small portion of the trees here also, because otherwise it will look really weird. Just a small thing in the middle, and I think this looks way better. And let's just bring in that darker shade. As you notice, I'm keeping the brush heads separate, and I have linked all the products I'm using, including the inks, the brushes, and the blending brushes, in fact, and the tweezer. And you can find all that in the description. And I have done lots of creative things with Dutch doors and stickers and lots of other mediums. And please make sure that you check out the other playlists I have going on. I do monthly collabs with amazing creators that we are lucky to have in our community. So I recently did my collab with Squared Plans, Stephanie, and she had been really sweet. I've been wanting to do the collab with her for some time now, and I'm glad it's finally out there. I think that is pretty much, yeah, I want to have something for the bottom, or should I take the paper, the sticker paper, pattern paper, which is in the form of a sticker? And I think we could, but yeah, I go ahead and rip it. But then I realized that we'll have to finish the rest of the scenes. And then I decide to put it away. And then towards the end, I forget to use it. That's what happens. Yeah, I almost took it out and almost had it out on the page, you see? Because I did not want the sticker paper to interfere with the rest of whatever I was going to do, because I had big plans for this. And this is going to be another fun setup. And you will see how we come and finish off the bottom part, which looks pretty plain now compared to the other colorful elements we have going on. And I think this Moonlit Garden would make total sense, especially sitting next to the brighter colors, the floral colors. Just trying to count the number of pages, because it has happened to me that I miscounted, and yeah, I did not complete the number of layers or elements. I could not complete it because I miscounted the page. And that is our first Dutch door. And I think how interesting everything looks once you have the pop of black in that. And that's not something I really disregard or ignore, because I know that's a very important aspect, and balancing the colors also. And let us now use my Fiskars ceramic knife to cut that straight edge so that we can have, again, sometimes it does go onto the sticker, and that is why you see the extra step of cutting over that again. If I'm able to lift it off the sticker, that's what happens, you see, just a tad bit. And I know my gyro cut has been a couple of years old, so maybe it is time to upgrade. So I have bought the GyroCut Pro, which is that orange colored GyroCut. I think it's a bit more advanced usage one. So let us see. I'm still waiting on that. And that I think will be a nice upgrade, because it's been easily 3 years since I started using the GyroCut. And now let's bring in this smaller or thinner washi strip just to finish off that page. And we can use what is left of the washi tape to use on another space. So that is our next Dutch door, and I think this came off easily. Yeah, I think I like it. I could have added something for that space in the center entirely, but I think I'm going with something else on that space. So we have the next Dutch door. I'm trying to keep it symmetrical, but then again not copy it entirely on the other page. So I'm using the next set of the sheets, and let's bring in that abstract shapes. Let's move that a bit to the right, and we will go ahead and use that washi strip. And you see how fun the sticker book is. I don't want it to be peeking through. So let's just move that a bit more to the right. It's a matter of trial and error. So let's figure that out. Maybe a couple of millimeters. Yeah, that is good. and we will see how it looks. Yeah. So let me know how you are liking this. I've done things similar to what you see, but I always try to do something different and something new, and keeping it there. And I think that's good, right? Let's just take off that extra, yeah, bit at the edge. And we will now go ahead and make our Dutch doors. So you see how I'm carefully cutting off that portion with that smeared ink. You saw how the ink pad just dived onto the page. And in this Dutch door setup, you will see how I'm keeping some of the pages in the back especially. Some of it is decorated and some are not. So it is going to be very unique, and that is because of the all the intricate details. I think it does, the gyro cut does jump onto some of the other areas, so that's why some parts I'm having to go and do the cutting once again. And let's reposition some of that. If I can line it up straight. And these are all ways of fixing small mistakes, which if not it's perfect, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, but I try not to get obsessed about that perfection, because there is nothing as perfect as God's creation. So I don't think humans are supposed to be that perfect. And yeah, that is the next Dutch roll. So we have one more page to decorate or make Dutch doors out of, and then we will have the first and the last pages. So this is, I think let's pick the smaller elements, and just trying to be careful about the elements I choose, because otherwise it is, yeah, we will trim off that part. Let's just take off the part going off the page, and then we will, yeah, I think this is easier. And we can always come and use that scrap elsewhere. And let me know if you are planning to shop this release. If you are, please make sure that you check out all the options available, including the 4 journals and the sticker packs and the sticker binders. Again, there are 2 designs to choose from. You have the stripes and the dots, and you have some magnetic bookmarks. So this is a very unexpected. We were all pleasantly surprised when Live Love Posh shared their upcoming release, and all of us affiliates were like, yeah, it's gonna be stunning. And I'm, as part of the PR team, I did get to get hold of my products early on, which was quite helpful in spite of the distance. UPS, I chose UPS, but UPS did a very clumsy job. And sometimes you do have to end up in a fist fight with them, not literally, but yeah, sometimes it's a hassle because I think they are having some issues with the busier holiday season, which is fast approaching. And I did have some issues with that. And thank you to Live Love Posh who sent me all these products ahead of time. And I combined it with the seasonal love, which I already had in my collection. And that is our Dutch door pretty much done. And making some finishing touches there. And that scissors I'm using along with that paper clip are from Journal Say. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off at Journal Say. So this is how it looks so far. So now let us see. We will add a couple of these decorative boxes on either side of the page. Yeah, let's just bring in there. And I think that is good. So done with that sticker pack. Now what? We have another page that we can decorate. But before that, we need something in between these windows. And should we get this girl on the swing? But I think that is an element for the very last page. Putting one of the clusters back in the sticker pack. Because if I leave it elsewhere, I think it does use a lot of that stickiness. And then it becomes a hassle. So now let's see. We definitely need that girl. So I think I'm going with yeah, this girl right here. She will have to move a bit more to the left. And as a right-handed person, having things placed on the left page, especially on camera, is a task. So let's have these girls look to either side. See how easy it was on the right? And this is our next sticker pack. And we'll bring in, should we? I almost did it. And then I'm like, no, that's just too big of an element. And this is our next Dutch door. And see how easy this Dutch door was. And I like to combine it with some advanced techniques I like to use. So let's take off that washi strip right there. And I think that came out really nice and very effortless if you saw. So let's see. Yeah, that's good. Like to keep it straight a tad bit more. And yeah, we will go ahead and trim off that small flower from the above her head. And let me know in the comments if you have done something similar to this. And usually I would go for something a bit more elaborate for the page underneath, like this one, and not as simple as a washi strip and then done with it. But here I think it's the simplicity that's needed, and that is why I decided to bring in that element. And that girl in that peekaboo window is another fun touch, I assume. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. So that was easy, right? Yeah, and let's just finish off this side also. I'm just trying to make sure that it is nice and visible only in the space we need. So that is our next Dutch door, which is perfect, right? And now what? So now we are on to our last pages, and we have these larger corner pieces. Let me know what size journals you normally like to use, because this is an A5 journal, which is one of the more popular sizes, and it totally makes sense why Live Love Posh would introduce journals in this size. But I'm sure if this gets popular, they would consider bringing them out in other sizes. And trying that corner piece and making sure I have it a bit more lined up at the corner. That's better. And I think I will, yeah, let me just grab the clip so that it can be placed in the corner. Again, when I'm not able to see that closer, I think I do tend to have that not aligned properly. And I think that's perfectly normal. So I'm just moving the journal a bit closer so that I can see what exactly is going on. That's way better. And I think that's really pretty. And this is roughly what we have when you look from the front. And let's now throw in a couple of the butterflies, because there are a lot of these softer elements. Let's round the corner so that it is very easy to make it aesthetically a bit more pleasing, because these sharp edges are, it's just not my thing. So let's bring in that distress oxide a bit on this page also. And just, I had not really thought of what exactly I wanted to do. And I wanted to bring in those trees in the center. That's all I had wanted to do. And the rest of the process just evolves. That's how normally it happens. So I think it did come out really cute. I'm loving the end result. And as you can see, I'm using up a lot from the sticker packs, and using some of those loose florals to kind of make sure that I have that space covered. And where can we, yeah, that jar with the fireflies can definitely sit under the tree, and so can the ladybugs. And these are smaller elements which you can incorporate into any scene. And with such cute critters, I think it's a fairly straightforward choice, right? And I think that is everything the trees need. And now let's finish off these pages. So this is where I was supposed to come and do that paper, but this will also do. That's why I think it does make more sense in that aspect, because I've just wanted some pop of color at the bottom without taking up too much of that space. And this is the next Dutch door. I'm just finishing off the bottom with some more pops of color. And I do think it does pull that spread together. And I think we will need some more of that in the pages underneath also. And we will have some additional decorations for this page now. And I'm using that washi strip to kind of line it up. Just like so. And we will maybe add some flowers there. That's all I'm planning to do. And it does make really good impressions when you have the washi strips out this way. And let's just do that from the bottom this time. Just ripping it organically so that I can have some more florals right there. And let me know if you have picked up any sticker books or anything from the recent releases from Live Love Posh, because Live Love Posh is coming out with their 2026 inserts, various layouts, sizes, and covers, and lots of things you will need to have everything ready for 2026. And if you have not finalized your lineup, and if you're still looking for options to use for next year, there is a big release coming on the 29th from Live Love Posh, October 29th, with everything you need for 2026 planners. And the release is going to be at 1 p.m. Central as always. And my code Priya10 can be used on all the products coming. And I think that is pretty much it. I will come and add some lines. And let me know how you like this. And please find all the information regarding the entire release and what's coming, the pricing, all of that, and other fun videos I did using these same products. So all of that and more can be found in the description. And also, please make sure that you check out the other creative things I have done on my channel, something for inspiration, and let me know what you think. So here I'm going back and adding some more of those finishing touches for the bottom part in the middle page. And I hope you like today's video. And please check out my Instagram for older pictures and older spreads and ideas and all that. Even before I started on YouTube, I was on IG. So all that information can also be found there. And just trimming off that corner piece. and making sure I have that lined up perfectly near the spine. And you always can join any ripped portions from these washi strips or sticker paper. And please find all the videos I mentioned down in the description, along with all the shops, codes, products, and everything. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.